Well, hello, BBs, and thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to watch Chantal. She reveals the cat. There's something about pooping in a bag. I have not seen this, so we're in this journey together. A big thank you to a Barbecue Chillin for the use of their video. I will have the information to their channel in the description. And yeah, thank you to all of you for your support of my teeny tiny channel. Truly appreciate each and every one of you. If you are enjoying the content, please consider subscribing. It helps out the channel a lot. So, all right, let's get into it, shall we? So what we're looking at here is basically, apparently she's shown the cat. Now I have seen a picture of this kitten. And if you ask me, this is not your typical rescue situation, just from the look of the cat. I have heard rumor that she has paid like hundreds of dollars for an animal. Would make sense if this is like a special kind of breed, which it almost kind of looks like a Himalayan slash like ragdoll type. So yeah, I know she's gonna try to say that she only paid like $20-$30 for this cat. I would believe that she would pay $300 for a cat that looks like this, because it looks like it could be like somebody, saying, oh, this is a ragdoll breed or something, which those cats are very expensive. So Google Images says this is from the original Kaijai ad where you may have gotten her, so that must mean she's either still missing or you never got her. Interesting. It is an odd picture. She is not being held in such a close-up shot. Looks sus to my eye and brain. Why are you Googling the image to begin with? Because, bitch, do you think you're going to bring anything on the internet that people aren't going to dissect to death? Like, give me a break. So then she says this was her last night hiding behind the toilet, but she made a noise this morning at 5 a.m. So I ran to the washroom and shut both doors and checked behind with my camera, and she was gone. I found her huddled in the spare room closet, and she let me pet her head a bit. I am sure she will warm up to me soon, poor baby. My God, this poor cat. Out and about.
What's up?
Okay, she's still got the nails on.
Anyways, we're gonna go for a drive. We're going for a drive down the long road because people have asked me to do that. I won't be looking at the chat while I'm doing that. But hey, everybody, I'm not reading and driving, of course. I'm watching the road here.
Okay, so is she trying to dox herself? I'm hoping she drove a decent way from her home, but come on,
So,
Foodie.
I ordered a bunch of clothes from Pennington's. I ordered a jacket, I ordered some booties for the winter and fall. I never noticed how boring it was if you're not listening to the weekend or something. So, I've been feeling pretty good today, feeling a bit, kind of sad. Because like everywhere I go, I'm passing shawarma places. So obviously shawarma reminds me of Salah, right? But overall, I'm feeling all right. The cat, I'm happy that she's outside of the... Like, I was sleeping, and it was like maybe 5 in the morning, and I heard a weird like noise as if like a cat had the zoomies or something. And I immediately got up out of bed, ran to the bathroom, shut both the doors, like my bedroom and then the bathroom door, and I was like, I don't want her to get in anywhere to hide, because there's still boxes and stuff in my room, so I don't want her... Well, I guess she could hide in the boxes, but I want to like give her a chance to see me. So I shut the door and I go into the bathroom and I was like checking behind the toilet and I didn't see anything. So I was so happy. So I'm keeping my bathroom door shut now. But she found like a little space to hide anyways in one of the closets. So I put her food in there and everything in there. Gave her a little...
Wow, so glad we can see this 90 version of a like VHS tape traveling. Yeah, the deal with this cat is really, really weird. If it is kind of the situation I'm thinking it is, where these people probably just had kittens and were trying to sell them, why were the kittens not more socialized? Unless that really just kind of speaks to the neglect of the people having these animals. I mean, I've had cats my entire life. It's really not difficult to socialize kittens, especially when they're so young. I mean, you're not really supposed to handle them until they're, 5-6 weeks, but it is kind of off-putting and weird that this cat is so, like, terrified. And I don't believe that it's just, "Oh, well, Chantal's crazy. Oh, it's in a new place." Most cats will settle after, a day or so, but the fact that this cat is basically cowering and acting completely feral is something completely different.
Safe space, but she lets me pet her. She's not vicious, but like I was petting her, but she's very like, she won't move. She's like scared, But I think I hope, but I think she'll warm up to me. I just have to like put a lot of work into, I'll go in the room several times and let her, she doesn't even sniff my hand. She just stays still. So I just pet her head and talk calmly like, "Oh,
Yeah,
sweetheart."
the cat's
That kind of
terrified.
thing. I'm not used to seeing my chin out in the open because I always was wearing a hijab. Beezing for a new man? No way.
Now this, I'm gonna say, is not a bad look for her as far as like a fall look. A little knit cap, hiding everything going on up top, and just her natural hair out. I don't think this looks bad.
Yeah. Why do you feel it? I'm not getting a new man. You know why? Because I'm attracted to Arab men, and Arab men always end up marrying somebody that they're more culturally relatable with. So, chin spanks. I friggin' need that. I'm putting the hijab back on. You're allowed to wear hijab even if you're not Muslim. I don't know what I am anymore, religion-wise. I'm so confused. I believe in God, though. And I still say, like...
Well, you were never Muslim, so we can rule that out.
You know, Islamic things. Like, before I do something, always in my head, I'm always like, Bismillah, or Ya Rab, Ya Rab, Ya Rab, Ya Rab. I can't even say it. Is marriage overrated? Yes and no. How do you explain that? It's like, there's no feeling other than, like, going to bed at night with somebody that, that cares about you and loves you, and if you love them back, and waking up and going through life with someone, But at the same time, you have a peace when you're alone that you can just, like, you don't have to answer to anybody. You can just do whatever the hell you want. I just think of, like, maybe, like,
Well, to be fair, they say single women live longer. So there is something to be said about not having a relationship draining the life out of you. Um but anyway, like, I don't know. I just think it's funny that she's sort of acting like this is by choice. Now, do I think there's a lid for every pot? Absolutely. I truly believe there's somebody out there for everyone. Chantal just, she doesn't want to settle, I feel like, for the type of man that would actually be genuinely attracted to her. Like, people like to say, "Oh, there's nobody that would ever be with her." There is. There is. There's just, they're not going to be like, they're not like so hot and attractive with muscles. Like, I'm not saying she couldn't find somebody like that, but just feel like the type of guy that's going to actually be into her, she's not going to be attracted to.
feeling of I'm not used to being alone, so I feel a bit scared. I wasn't alone after BB because I lived with Pete's. So, like, with Pete's, it's still a relationship. It's just not romantic. It's like you live together and, you're still going through life with that person technically as a roommate, but like we're friends. And, if you're ever bored or lonely, you just go see that person. Pete's is deciding if he wants to move in, but that's the thing. If I move in with Pete's, like, that would be it. I'm not going to be looking to get in another relationship or anything because we'll just be platonic life partners. I'm not going to make him go through all that, we having to move again in that. So,
Can you imagine if after all this time, Pete and Chantal just end up being together, like, romantically? Like, it finally comes full circle. Pete's life quest has finally been realized, and Chantal's just like, okay, I'll settle for this. That would be something right there.
the cat needs company. I hope she warms up and starts beezing. I want her to feel at home. It's not totally empty, the apartment. I mean, I gotta get, as long, right now the other room is empty, so she prefers the closet in there. Oh my God, I didn't tell you guys the thing I ever did. I don't want to tell you. I was still in a relationship, so with Saw, the last time I was in Canada, so I didn't want to tell you publicly because he would have like, why are you talking about this? I don't know if I should tell you. You're gonna really judge me, I know it. Okay, I'm gonna tell you anyways.
I mean, that's kind of like the cornerstone of her channel, is just grossing everybody out. But at the same time, this is why I've always said, to me, Chantal is a little bit endearing. Yeah, she's freaking gross, but at least she can be honest with how gross she actually is. Whereas you've got like Amber, who tries to pretend like, I'm not like other fat people. I don't smell, even though I only bathe once a month. Like, no. Chantal at least is out with it and is like, here I am. As gross as that might be, there is a small part of me that is endeared to that.
So he's probably listening anyways, we talk like this in the West, okay? So, when I first moved into my apartment, and you can send it to the landlord, I don't give a crap. Of course, when I moved in, there was issues. There was like a leak in the bathroom I reported, so, he hired a plumber to come. So the plumber came, and I think it was the day after. If you remember, I had that lasagna, the vegetable lasagna with all the cream. So he hired the plumber to come. If you don't like gross stories, or you know how gross my stories can be, just please tune out. I'm giving you like 2 seconds, okay? So, he was taking forever. Like, I don't know what he was doing. He had a couple things to fix. So I couldn't use the toilet. And I thought, I'll be all right, you know? Nope, I had to go, and I had to go something. I could not hold it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And it was a small apartment, so, you know, he would hear everything. And I was thinking, I'm going to have to go in a compost bag in my trash can in my room. Like, I didn't have a choice here, okay? I lined a garbage pail with a compost bag. And whenever he went to get his drill, I, like, went to the bathroom. Something in the garbage bin. And, you know.
You know, it doesn't surprise me. I feel like we have seen and heard worse stories, like, probably the worst one has to be where she tells the story about going over to that couple's house and she literally had it coming out of both ends. Sorry, that's worse. At least she was doing it into a trash can. That's more credit than I probably would have given her.
You know, I cleaned up and everything. And then I just tied the baggie and I put it in the freezer because the compost was only being picked up one.
Okay. I take it back. I take it back. Putting your poop in the freezer is a horse of a different color. I mean, you're basically creating a biohazard where you store food, so. Chantal.
It's a week. And I didn't know what to do with it. So I put the bag of shit in the freezer. I think that's like compost, right? I mean, they use cow compost to fertilize the earth. Anyway, I always wanted to tell you guys that, but I never got to. But now that I'm single, I can be as gross as I want.
Bitch, what did you do with the bag then? You're not going to give us that part of the story? I stored this frickin' bag of shit in my freezer for a week, and then, well, now you know. What happened to the bag? This nasty bitch probably just threw it in the trash. Oh my god.
Does that ever happen to you where you have to go? Like, it's an emergency. When I have to go to the washroom, I have to go. So I always need to have a good washroom, you know, available. So, what did I do with it when I moved out? I think I left it there. No, I think I put it in the compost because everything, the landlord said to just put everything in the bins, like outside of the house. So I put the compost, the recycle, and the garbage. I was like, of course, Murphy's Law, right? Of course I'm going to have a really horrible bowel attack when my toilet's being worked on. A keyed, of course. Well, when I drop the car off, maybe I'll use the bus. I haven't been on a bus in forever. I don't know. We could take the bus to malls. That was interesting. Are we back in business? Why was the signal crap in there? Well, all we got was a pumpkin spice latte. But they were so busy. You need to stop pooping in bags. Better than the floor.
I need to stop pooping in bags, and then this face right here. Jesus.
It was diarrhea. No one is going to come near me. I'm a biohazard. Oh, my gullet is touching my seatbelt. Next thing I need to get is a couch and a TV because otherwise I'll be like anytime I'm at home, I'll pretty much be in my bed because Pete's put the chair together, but he did it so wrong. He did it wrong, I'm pretty sure. So it's weird to sit in. It was the thought that counts. He was trying to be helpful. I'm just going to put you guys down to charge the phone a bit, but I'll keep talking. If I ever did get with someone else, it would not be a younger person, that's for sure. Oh shit. Okay guys, I'll be back. Come back.
Has she said how long she has this rental car for? I'm curious to know. And I don't know if you guys have ever rented a car. It's not very cheap, so.
Look for my bag, okay? I gotta go for now. Come back.
What does it say? What is her breed? LOL, no idea, but she is so pretty. Excuse me, ma'am. I refuse to believe that this is just like a regular cat that they are rescuing off the street. Now, to be fair, I have a really, really pretty cat that I did, in fact, rescue off the street. It's Bart. He's this really, really fluffy, bright orange, and he's so cute. But he doesn't look like anything like, oh, a special breed, you know? Whereas this cat looks like a rag doll or a Himalayan. So she knows damn well. Huge Walmart delivery haul and story time. God, she's looking around.
I had a huge Walmart delivery, and the delivery guy was so nice. Like, helped me bring them in my house because like my wagon only had enough for one load. So note to self: your wagon is not for like this is like a starter kit grocery order. Okay, in the car, I ended the stream because I realized the time. I realized what time it was, and I only had a short amount of time to get to the bank because for some reason my debit card was not working. And they close early on Saturdays, banks, right? The cat was not 300. I'm not paying 300 for a cat ever. When you can get why you know, why buy one when you can get free ones or close to free? I don't know. No, I went to the bank. That's why I rushed to the bank because I saw the time. I'm like, oh fuck, they're closing. So I went to the bank. They said nothing is wrong with your card. There's no restrictions, nothing. And I'm like, oh well, because when I take it, you know, yeah, I know, Tracy. I did all my duties for today. So I can do this if I want. I don't know, hope space, a combination of things. Getting older, the alopecia being untreated, and yes, hijab hair is a real thing. It rubs like, and you're always like, you know, I don't even care at this point if I look bald. I just want to be comfortable.
I literally said that when she was still in Syria or maybe Kuwait. I don't remember. It's really bad to have your follicles just pressed down all the time. So whether that's a hijab or a hat or a scarf, it's just not good for the follicles to be pressed like that constantly. So I'm sure what she's saying is true too, as far as like the matting and like rubbing, but I'm sure that wasn't helping either.
Really, I really don't mind if people laugh at my baldness because yeah, I'm bald. Okay, here's the haul. Okay, this was on sale for 11 bucks, I think. A huge jug of fleecy. This was on sale also, Purex 4-in-1. 6 Diet Coke, olive oil, jasmine rice, sliced pickled beets, some mild salsa because I'm gonna have nachos at some point in my life. Always need Ziploc bags. Parmesan cheese, shaky cheese, back into the land of the shaky cheese, shaky cheese, shaky cheese, back into the land of the shaky cheese. I love these Premium Plus.
Jesus. Chantal having an episode over some sawdust cheese.
They, ma'am, are they? Okay, none are gone, but the seal is broken. All right, if I die, you know what happened, and you know this that I got hamburger help.
I mean, you were willing to put your own poop in a freezer. God only knows how clean the outside of that bag was when you put it in the same place that you would keep food. But yeah, please be worried about the seal on some saltines.
This is 4 cheese lasagna. There better be 4 cheeses. Lingette hibiscus. Every time I go to the bathroom, I like to wipe it with a cloth. And French's ketchup, tomato.
What? Every time she goes to the bathroom, she likes to wipe it with a cloth. Okay. How are we to interpret that? Is she talking about wiping the toilet every time she goes to the bathroom? Like, are you making that much of a mess with your butt? Or are you talking about wiping your butt with it? I really hope she's talking about the toilet. Let's not put any chemicals on our body, ladies. And men too.
Paste. This was on sale. The Campbell's vegetable is the best. Dill pickles. Peanut butter natural. Miracle Whip. Craft French dressing. 3 cheese ranch. Very nice. Living lettuce. Cheddar flavored bits and bites. Do you guys have these in the States? I don't think so, hey? A huge thing of chicken thighs. Sorry, after like tip and everything, it was $4.56. 3 things of ground.
I swear to God, this bitch better eat all this food. We were just talking the other day about Amber Lynn basically trying to show off with her $1,300 camera in the face of like people really struggling even to afford food. If we're gonna watch Chantal do a $400 some grocery order, she better not let this food go to waste.
Extra lean ground beef, 3 random tomatoes, a random green pepper, which is pretty good condition, a thing of black pepper, and onions and garlic. Some boring shit. Scallop potatoes, Gain dryer sheets, Cracker Barrel old cheddar, and double cheddar. You guys are gonna be like, holy cheese. Each cheese has a different purpose, though. Kraft singles, milk, Italian herb. Herb is Italian.
I don't know if she's doing it just because it's cheap or what, but she keeps getting these like box meals, like the hamburger helper and like the scallop potatoes. This. It's really not that hard to like make these items fresh. Like, and you have nothing but time, Foodie. These are like quick meals for families that have to hurry up and whip something up for dinner one night. Like,
sea salt, Finnish stuff, mustard, barbecue sauce. Oh, I got more black pepper. Oh, I forgot to cancel things. More vegetable soup, meatloaf seasoning, butter. Or I can't believe it's not butter. Red Baron pizza, compost bags. No, not to use as a toilet. Zesty cheese Doritos, a knife, aluminum foil, more cheese, Mexican style, eggs that didn't break, potatoes. I got like 2 big things like this. Wonder Bread with fiber, extra thick slices, bags of carrot, 8 like this. Mushrooms, McCain fries. They didn't cancel my double stuff. That's why. I have so many carrots. Shit. Oh my god. It's probably $30 in carrots. Yeah, green, red seedless grapes. Beefsteak tomatoes that need to ripen. That's a nice cauliflower for 2 something. I gotta prep celery, broccoli, carrots.
she ain't gonna eat this shit. Are you kidding me? Like, okay, I can appreciate why you're trying to get some fresh vegetables in your diet. She's not gonna eat any of this.
They're probably in one of the carrot bags. And a romaine. So that's all I got. What did Salah say about the compost bag? Oh, I told him way back. He gets grossed out. But he doesn't like get mad. He's just like, ew. Like we joke about grossness sometimes. I didn't notice. I bought everything at pet value. And I thought, I don't know why I didn't. I was so excited to go get the cat. I didn't really pay attention to price tags. And that's why I'm so stupid. I have to like not be impulsive. Her dish, food and water, it says, I don't know, I forget what it says, feed me meow or something stupid, cliche, but cute. And it was $25 plus tax. Yeah, she's come out of she was first in the toilet, yeah, in the carrier when we got her, then behind the toilet. Now, then in the spare room closet, now she's in my closet. So I pet her on the head. Like she looks scared, but she doesn't bite, she doesn't move. Okay, how will I not take care of her, Kimberly? Name 1 cat I didn't take care of that I've had.
Literally all cats. Timbits, severely neglected, and basically had to rot away in a room because you refused to get your cats vaccinated. Sam and BBJ were living in filth. Cat litter boxes that were overflowing. Even their food areas were just caked in nastiness. And they had to live in your filth as well, and your garbage, and your shit just everywhere. Not to mention, no proper vet care for either of them, especially BBJ, who was an elderly cat that needed care. Smokey abandoned him after a week. Julia, well, she's just God knows where. And let's not forget the kitten that you tried to steal from its mother that made you flee an entire country. Should we go on? You and Amber need to just leave all living creatures alone and accept your fate that you're going to Chungus Island to annoy each other for all of eternity.
I went to the cash and they're like 300. That's 300. And hey, Elvira, I was like, okay, what? 300? Like, come again? And then they went through the items and I was like, he's like, I can put some things back for you if you want. No. What am I going to put back? The food or the litter? Like, I mean, I guess I could have put back the expensive dishes and gone to the dollar store like a smart person. This is why I need to live with somebody, because I'm so stupid with money. Like, Salah was so smart. Like, you guys didn't know a lot about him. Like, you knew one side and like a couple sides, whatever. There's other sides to him, and one of them is being very frugal and good with money. And I think that's, you know, him and like, and us, him paying a lot of things in our life. Not that life was very expensive in the Middle East, but that and him being wise and telling me no with things made me put 20K. I was able to put 20K towards debt in a year. If you want to pay off debt, move to a cheap country for a while. I'm telling you. I know a lot of you guys were not fans of him, but that doesn't matter. Like, I can't live my life and choose the people I have in my life based on the internet's opinion. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I love somebody, I love somebody, and only the people in the relationship can truly know every single thing. Even if you lived with us 24/7, you wouldn't know every single thing, because there would be private time that you don't get to know about.
And just know she was making a similar argument when she was with Natter about how you don't know everything that goes on behind the scenes. You can't tell me how to live my life and who to love.
You know, so is there a new wife? No, not yet. At least as far as I know, I probably wouldn't ever know. If you have a spicy butthole, you just put the cold water and it goes tss. Salah suggested I name the cat Twisty Misty. Okay, I'll be back, okay?
That's a terrible name. Don't name the cat that. I like giving animals like old-fashioned names like Bartholomew and Tobias. That's my two cats' names, Bart and Toby. All right, well, we are all caught up with the pooping in the bag situation. Again, thank you to Barbecue Chillin for the use of their video. And thank you to all of you. Really appreciate you all so much. So I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.